Greetings. I'm Natalia Staropravo from the Mediacentre Ukraine. Today we shall talk to Andrius Tapinas, a Lithuanian TV anchor who helped raise over 5 million euro in Lithuania to buy a Bayraktar for Ukraine. Today we'll have a chance to discuss how the money raised will be spent.
Hi, Andrews.
Hello, my pleasure.
So my question, why does Turkey decide to make such a gesture?
An excellent question, and we are still trying to come to terms to this decision of theirs. Our Minister of Defense yesterday called me and said, Andrews, I have some very interesting news from our negotiations with Turkey. So I think we were quite amazed by the solidarity that ordinary people, ordinary citizens of a very small country, Lithuania, the population less than 3 million, managed to raise almost 6 million. Our final tally is 5,955,000 euro in just 3.5 days in order to buy a combat drone Bayraktar for Ukrainian army. So they decided that they are not going to take the money of the people. Instead, they are going to gift us a fully equipped Bayraktar drone. It's a gift to Lithuania, and obviously, the Lithuania immediately will give it to Ukraine after equipping it with weapons. So our television, which is collecting this fundraiser, will transfer 1.5 million euros to the Ministry of Defense of Lithuania for them to buy necessary modern weapons to equip our Bayraktar and to prepare it for imminent combat in the skies of Ukraine.
And how did you manage to raise about 5-6 million euros? Tell us, please.
Well, I think everybody is speaking about how tired we are already of supporting the Ukraine during these 100 days of war. So I think it's bullshit. Sorry, pardon my French, but and we wanted to prove it that at least our nation, the nation of Lithuania, is not tired to help Ukraine, not only in thoughts and prayers on our Facebook likes, but also in providing the money to buy a heavy weapons. So I think the idea of ordinary people pitching in and together buying a very serious weapon, and Bayraktar is very serious, deadly weapon, which already destroyed several Russian tanks, Russian ships, Russian command posts. The Ukrainian warriors are even singing songs about it. So I think that idea clicked. And that's why we had such a massive, massive unity in our country. And after this message went viral on Twitter and on other social networks, we started receiving donations from all over the world, starting from Latvia and ending with Australia and Japan. Of course, these donations are just a small percentage, maybe 5 or 6% of the whole sum. So the majority of this money was collected by simple Lithuanians, because the average of donation was around 50-60 euros. It ranged from €1 to 10 to 100 to 500. We have all just 3 or 4 large donations over 10,000 euros, and if I'm not mistaken, the largest donation is 30,000 euros. So there wasn't like one big businessman or oligarch, Lithuanian oligarch who would just join and say, okay, I'm going to donate €1 million to this cause. But I don't blame them. I mean, it was such a lightning action. I expected 3 weeks. We got it done in 3.5 days. So I expect that we just simply didn't have time to react. And I'm ecstatically happy about the result, about the help that we are providing. And of course, the gift from Turkey, just as poker players say, doubles it up. So we provide the Bayraktar to Ukraine. We equip it with great weapons, and we still have 4.4 million left for other charity for Ukraine, for defensive purpose, for logistical purpose. So now my primary task will be to find a way how to spend this money most efficiently and to help Ukraine as fast as possible in that field that it needs the most. So I'm going to consult the both ministries of defense in Lithuania and Ukraine, ambassadors, war leaders, and we are going to make decisions how we are going to spend this money. And we will give a full report to all Lithuanian people who donated for them to see that everything is crystal clear and transparent.
Okay, we have some questions from the audience. Let's take the microphone.
Andrius, my name is Andrius Shevchenko. I am with Mediacentrу Ukraine. I wonder what kind of lessons and conclusions you take away from this whole story. I think it's a very impressive operation. Common people collecting money for a combat drone, then one government buying a drone from a different country to help a third party, and then this extraordinary gesture by the Turkish. What does it tell you about the complexity and the interconnectivity of the world? What does it tell you about the people? Does it make you feel better about the world we live in, even in these tragic times?
Absolutely. We have dark days and dark thoughts, and we have thoughts of dawn and early morning and optimism. So this action brings me a ray of hope. Also, we just felt the power of social networking, not only in one country, but throughout all the world. We connected to the same idea. We managed to make our goal and even surpass it. We united our country, my country, to one goal. So it is possible to do that in a record times. So there is a lot of ticks and marks that we had in this, as you said, quite a complex issue. However, I think this is not the end, because now I'm receiving quite a lot of feedback from other countries in the world who are saying, can we do it? And I've been giving a lot of interviews on various TV channels and radio talk shows all over the world, from Australia to Canada. And I always try to stick to the message to the people of that country. If a tiny Lithuania, as I said, 2.8 million population, managed to do this in a record time and managed to break, I think, all the historical records, just think of what the mighty people of France, Germany, United Kingdom, Canada, and so on could do, because we show it there is a way for common people to arm the Ukraine while the politicians are mulling and don't want to make risky decisions and maybe are starting to think that maybe we can appease the Russia. So now the will of Lithuanian people has been proudly and loudly announced. I think there might be a time for the voice of other countries as well.
Okay, we have some questions.
I do not know if you will have a chance to hold the drone in your own hands, but if you do, would you put any signs on it or any pictures? What would you write on it if you had a chance?
We do have a chance, because we have agreed with Turkish side that we are going to put flags of Lithuania and Ukraine on this drone Bayraktar. And also, we just started like 1 hour ago a national poll in order to choose a name for our drone, and the Turkish agreed to put that name on the plane as well. So it will be the fully named, fully symbolized as a symbol of eternal friendship between Lithuania and Ukraine. In 3 weeks, it's amazing timetable, because you can imagine how long is the queue to buy a Bayraktar for commercial buyers. And they just took all stops out. They said, we're going to provide you in 3 weeks. So our plane, the plane of Lithuanian Air Force, will fly to Turkey, bring the Bayraktar down. We're going to sign the documents, show it to the public very fast, and as soon as possible, we are going to transfer it to Ukraine. Where? We don't know, and we don't want to know, and we don't want Russians to know. Maybe in some time, when it's safe, we'd like to receive a video where our named drone is destroying Russian tanks. That's all that we need.
Andrius, maybe do you plan to visit Ukraine?
Actually, I've been to Ukraine 1 month ago. I went there with a humanitarian convoy. I went as deep as to Dnipro, Zholtye Vody, almost up to Kharkiv. We brought humanitarian aid, and we brought 5 buses, empty buses, and then we took some refugees from Mariupol, from Kharkiv, from Zaporozhye, and we brought them safely back to Kaunas. So I saw Ukraine in my own eyes. I saw the war. I saw the Russian rockets during the night flying to Vinnytsia over our heads. So I touched the war a little bit. And my next visit, I already planned it. I think we are going to do massive fundraiser for that visit. We're gonna put hundreds of Lithuanians on planes, and we are gonna fly and help for Ukrainians to rebuild your beautiful country. And we are going to work by day, and we are going to party and celebrate our victory by night.
Thanks so much, Andrius Tapinas, TV presenter from Lithuania. It's all for today. Expect the next events in the Mediacentrу Ukraine. We will definitely win together.